Hello and welcome back. So today I want to talk about something I never really thought I would be speaking about, certainly not on my YouTube channel, certainly not publicly, but I am doing it today because I've been thinking about it probably for the last month or two to make this video, and I've just been really unsure about how it's all going to go down. But I figure, it's my YouTube channel. If I want to make something, then I should just have the courage to do that and not really be afraid like I wasn't afraid 6 years ago when I did actually come out as gay, and that is obviously what the title of the video and the thumbnail is all about. But obviously I understand some people may be thinking, well, if you've come out as gay 6 years ago, are you still gay because you did put out a video recently that you're getting married? I am still getting married, it is still too Roxy, and I will obviously explain how I've gone from that to where I am now. So basically, as I say, 6 years ago, just over 6 years ago, April 2012, we were on the Easter holiday break thing in school. I was in year 11 in secondary school, just coming up to doing our GCSEs, our last sort of, GCSEs before we completely stopped school, and then you can go off and do sixth form or college, whatever you want to do. And personally, I actually went off and did work. But anyway, the point of the story is, for a few months I was battling with myself inside my head, how do I feel about people and how do I feel about relationships, and I didn't have much attraction to females at the time, and so obviously I believed I was gay. It was the only sort of thing that really made much sense to me, and I was speaking to a good friend back then. Unfortunately, we don't speak as much now. We've sort of gone our separate ways, but I'm sure if you're watching this, you know who you are. I was speaking as well to my drama teacher, who also was the assistant head teacher of the school. They both really helped me, and unfortunately, I don't want to say unfortunately, but something happened that led to me then actually coming out on Facebook. So what happened is my assistant head teacher sort of told my parents, but not on purpose. So from what I understand at least, my assistant head teacher had always said to me, I will never tell your parents unless you want me to. Obviously it's because it's your sort of thing, it's up to you to tell them. My mum came in for a meeting for some reason, I don't exactly know why. And it was with the assistant head teacher, and they were obviously discussing me and my mum, and then spoke at length about various things, I understand. And then I believe my mum said, is he gay or something, and she said to me she couldn't lie to her, so she told her, yes, that's what he's told me. And obviously I was quite upset about that, because I put a lot of trust into her to, she promised me she wasn't going to say anything, but I don't hate her or anything. I've forgiven her for it. I forgave her quite quickly for it, because actually it made me realise that was a huge step in coming out, was telling my parents. Obviously I didn't tell them directly, but that helped me then do what I did next, which was come out on Facebook to my whole brothers, sisters, family, friends, everyone basically on my Facebook page, and pretty much the entire school. So when I came out, it wasn't some big, event. I didn't make some video and start dancing and have music playing such as this. It was literally just me sitting at my computer typing out a really long Facebook post, which I have actually now deleted, and I just came out that way. That's how I felt comfortable, and I suppose everyone has their own ways of doing it, and that's just personally what I felt the most comfortable with, was just doing it on Facebook. And to begin with, the support was overwhelming, absolutely incredible. I got so many comments, so many messages of support, and I felt really good about it. And I didn't think actually this was going to be a problem. I thought, oh my word, I've completely underestimated, actually coming out and things, and it's all going to be great. And I was quite confident. I went back to school, and that's when it really went downhill. So the standout thing for me really was in RE, religious education. We were in the classroom, and lo and behold, unfortunately for me I suppose, the topic that week was actually homosexuality, Christianity and all of that, and how it sort of combines with religions and things. Obviously my teacher wasn't really aware of that. My assistant head teacher, the one I was speaking to, had let people know in the staff room of what had happened over the Easter break, because I'd been emailing her, and so I guess my RE teacher wasn't aware, or something, some communication didn't come through somewhere, and I had to sit there and endure this whole lesson, which is about an hour long, discussing something which I've literally just said I am, which obviously, as I said before, I went into school quite confident, but that then was really difficult because I wasn't expecting it, and to have that straight away on the first or second day back was just so difficult to sit there and hear all these different opinions coming out. Most of them were good, and then there was the one that led to a big drama. So someone said it's wrong. They just shouted out, it's wrong, you shouldn't be gay. And obviously I was sat literally right behind him. My table was right behind him. And I could feel everyone looking at me. I didn't have to look around. I just knew everyone was looking at me the whole lesson, but especially when he said that. And I was trying to not do anything, and the teacher asked him why he felt like that. And I was building up. I could feel myself building up inside and just building. And I just thought, I cannot physically take this right now anymore. So I grabbed my coat, I grabbed my bag. I think I left all my other stuff on the desk. I ran out the classroom. I was shouting, I was swearing, I was bawling my eyes out. Absolutely. I remember this was the worst time for this to happen as well, is when you're just trying to get out of somewhere quickly. My coat actually got stuck on the chair, so I think I nearly fell over as I was going. Like, this day just could not get any worse. So I ran to the assistant head teacher's office, tried to find her. She wasn't there. And I think in the end, actually, I just went home. I literally just went out the school gates and just went home, and that's when things really went downhill for me. My mum the previous day had said it's fine, she understands, it's not a problem, and all of that. And obviously, again, I felt quite good about it all, but this was a huge setback for me. Like, I understand, obviously, some people don't accept it for their own reasons. Not that I agree with them, but they don't accept it. But it was the way that he said it, and then obviously my exit really didn't help because I got stuck on the chair, and it was already embarrassing enough almost just being in there. Not embarrassing about being gay, but just being in there and trying to deal with all of that, and then trying to get out in a hurry, and it just all went completely wrong for me. And then from what I remember, I didn't go into school for the next sort of 2, 3, 4 weeks. I really didn't. I just sat at home on my computer for weeks on end. I barely ate, I barely drank, I barely slept, I barely washed, I barely brushed my teeth. I mean that genuinely. It was possibly one of the worst points in my life, not coming out, but what happened afterwards, because of that one individual. And I'm not going to sit here and name them. Perhaps they don't feel like that anymore. I don't know. I've not actually spoken to them, I don't think, ever since this happened. But I pretty much missed all of my revision for every exam. I only went in for my exams. My exams were no longer taking place in the main hall with everyone else. I'd had it arranged to just be in a little room with a few other people that required like extra time and stuff. I didn't require any extra time. It was just so I wasn't with everyone. It made it a little bit easier, but there were certain people that are still like calling me out and things like that because they saw me sort of, you know, sneak into the room and stuff. I just wanted to stay away from people at this point because my experience by that point had just been obviously absolutely horrendous. There were people obviously still messaging me trying to offer support, but then I was still getting messages of people being quite nasty and horrible, and so obviously I blocked them, but they've then sent it, and that obviously then hits you and you think, did I actually do the right thing? And you get perhaps 10 people saying you did and then one person saying you didn't, and all it takes is that one person to say, actually, why have you done that? Oh, you're disgusting, whatever they've said, and it really hits you. I'm sure you're all sitting here wondering, well, you're about to get married in a couple of years, you've got 2 children and you've got a partner who's female. How have you ended up, you know, in this situation from coming out as gay 6 years ago? So I don't know exactly when it was. I couldn't pinpoint an exact date or time or anything like that. But a few years ago it must have been, I realised that I wasn't just attracted to men, it was actually females as well. But obviously 6 years ago I didn't have that attraction to females, or I didn't think I did, and perhaps I was clouded by the idea that I was only attracted to men. I don't know. But that's just, you know, that's what it was. It's how it happened. And then, as I say, a couple of years ago, it must have been, I realised actually my attraction is still there for females. I got attracted to Roxy when she was actually with my stepson's dad. So that, you know, that was difficult because obviously I was like, well, I've screwed my chance up here. Anyway, she knows that. And again, it's not something I've ever really spoken about online before, but you know, it was probably just before that I realised, but this was in sort of 2015-16, that I realised I liked Roxy quite a bit more than just a friend. As for when exactly I realised I was more bisexual than actually just gay, I don't know exactly, but this is obviously a video of the coming out story and actually coming out in itself, I suppose. And it's not really, as I say, again, it's not a video I ever thought I'd be making, but it's not one that I'm now afraid to make. Those experiences 6 years ago, I don't actually believe would happen now. I'm sure you will still get the absolute, you know, those sort of people. But I don't believe that it would be on such a bad scale as it was, because I think times are changing. I understand there are some people out there that still don't agree with homosexuality, they're still homophobic, and there are certain countries that will kill you for it, which is absolutely wrong. It's always great when your battery dies halfway through filming, but as I was saying, I just wanted to share my experiences with you guys, where I am today, where I was then, and you know, obviously how it's all sort of come about to be. I do hope someone somewhere maybe has found this video useful or insightful, and obviously for me it was quite a difficult video to make, as I said before, but I am actually really glad I've made it, and obviously sitting here now is completely different to when I actually come to posting it, because that's a totally different feeling. That's the same with whatever video I post though, because I never quite know what the reaction's going to be. Obviously I always hope it's going to be a good one, but you never really know. But I do hope you guys have enjoyed this video. I hope if you're new around here, maybe you'll subscribe to my content. It's all pretty good, I think. I don't know. And if you did enjoy, make sure you leave a comment down below. Let me know if you've had any similar experiences, or, you know, just in terms of bullying in school, or anything at all. Anything you want to comment, just let me know in the comments down below. I'll try and reply to all of them, really. I never get many comments anyway. But I do hope you guys have enjoyed, and other than that, I'll see you guys next time.